Welcome everyone to the week 7 math overview. So I'm going to be looking at each of these lessons separately. We're going to go day by day. So here's day 1. We're going to be looking at subtracting mixed numbers. So I'm going to take you through this the same exact way for every single problem, just to make it a little bit easier on you, because I know they gave you multiple different options and some of them cause you to cry. So to make sure that we reduce some of those tears, we're going to just go through one process every single time. That way it makes it super simple for you. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking at a simple problem, and then we'll go to another problem, and our final problem is going to be looking at bigger numbers. So for this first one, it's going to be pretty simple. We have 3 1/4 minus 2 1/3. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 3 and I'm going to subtract by 2. And I'm going to focus on my big numbers for right now. So go ahead and take the time right now to try and figure that out. If you need more time, you can go ahead and pause, but I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer. I have 1 1/4. My 1/4 came from right here. I just transferred it down to here. And then I'm going to still subtract by 1/3. So now from here, what I did was I went and modeled my information, at least for the smaller fractions, because it made it a little bit easier. And I'll go to a different one a little bit later. So I took my 1/4 and then I'm going to subtract by 1/3 to give me my answer, but I want to make sure that these are shaded in. So here's my 1/4, here is my 1/3. Now, I don't know if you can tell from right here, but it looks like my 1/3 is a little bit bigger than my 1/4, and I'll show you how to fix that. So, but first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and transfer my lines. So my 2/3 lines that I have right here, so it cuts them into 3 equal pieces. I'm going to transfer them over to this first model, and then these 3 lines that cut my model into fourths is going to go here. Yep, I can see it. So here I have 3/12, and I'm going to try and subtract by 4/12. Now, if I really think about it, there's no possible way that I can subtract 4/12 from 3/12. So what I'm going to have to do is keep in mind I have a 1 over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my entire 1 over here. And it's going to be all green because this is all the same number. This is all the same piece. I have 1 1/4 here. And so another thing that I've noticed actually is this wonderful little row across here is the same little row that's being taken out right here. So I'm going to go ahead and when I add my x's, I'm going to add them across this piece right here, or this area model here. Not that I'm ignoring this one. I just feel like it's a lot nicer to see if I take out the same row. So from here, we see that there is a good amount of pieces left. So I'm going to count up these pieces all together to get my answer. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this one, because I've taken out 4/12 here, I'm going to get 11/12 as my answer. All right, moving on. This next one is a little bit harder, but it's the same basic concept. So if you want to try and pause the video and figure it out for yourself and meet me at the end, you can totally do that. If you still need a little bit more practice or help along the way, then I will go ahead and do that as well. So this first one, we're going to, again, take away our big numbers. So focus on your 3 and focus on your 2. So 3 minus 2 gives me 1 2/3 minus the remaining part over here, my 3/4. So again, I'm going to go ahead and model this for you. I have my thirds here minus my fourths over here, and you see how they kind of changed a little bit, and that's going to equal something. I'm not going to tell you yet. But what's really interesting to me is that they have 2/3 filled in. Oh, sorry, a little bit farther than I thought it would be. Is that I have 2/3 over here and 3/4, and this little guy got away from me, but whatever, it's okay. 3/4 shaded in this space. So now that I have that, again, I'm just going to transfer my lines. Simple as that. But from here, I can kind of see already that our 3/4 is a little bit bigger than our 2/3, and it's not because of this little guy right here. It could be, but I don't think that's what it is. All right, so I've transferred my lines here, and then I'm going to transfer my lines again. Oh, this poor little model. Look at it. It's just all kinds of messy today, but that's okay. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9/12 over here, and over here I have 8/12. So we're running into the same exact problem where we're going to have to borrow, but we're not going to borrow from this 2/3 right here because we don't have enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another model over here. Another beautiful model that doesn't match up with that. Whatever, it's okay. And I'm going to take out one of my pieces from here, and I'm going to take out one of my pieces from here. But I didn't want to go through the entire process of taking out like each of them individually. So I know that I have 9 here, so I'm going to take 9 away here. And I know I have 9 here, so I'm going to take 9 away from here. So I'm not going to count any of these boxes. But that's okay. All right. But what I am going to do is I'm going to start down here, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my goodness, we got 11/12 again. So we got the same exact answer, but don't assume that every single answer is 11/12. You got to put in the work. You got to make sure that you have the correct information. But it just so happened that the two that I've chosen were both 11/12. So let's go on to a harder one. I think that would make it a little bit nicer for us. So here is 17 1/5 minus 2 5/8. So I'm going to have you go ahead and take the time right now. If you want to pause and try and solve it yourself, I will not be offended. I will not be sad. If you chose not to pause, then you hear my awkward silence and my refrigerator in the back, maybe, or a dog or two, but whatever, it's okay. So we are going to start with our big numbers again. So we have 17 minus 2. And if we have 17 and we take away 2 from that, we are going to end up with, that's wrong, 15. It's supposed to be 15. Let me go ahead and change that. Yay, all fixed. Okay, so we are looking at 15 1/5, and then I'm going to take away 5/8 from that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first take my 15, and I'm going to separate it into 2 different parts. So what I want to do is I want to take away one whole piece away from my 15. And then, so what I'm going to have left over is 15 minus 1. So if we find out what 15 minus 1 is, then that would be great. Before we move on, all right, I'm not going to give you very, very much time, so if you still need more time, go ahead and pause the video. But if not, then we'll walk you through this. So 15 minus 1 is going to give us 14. Now, my one whole that I'm going to take away from my 15 needs to be represented as a fraction. And the easiest fraction that I can think up is something that I can easily add to my 1/5 without causing too much drama or without causing too many problems. So I chose 5/5 because 5/5 is the same as 1, and it can add to my 1/5 really easily without, again, causing any messes. So then I'm going to focus on that one for right now, and then I'm going to subtract by 5/8. So if I take 5/5 and I add 1/5 to it, I'm going to get 6/5. So now I have 6/5 minus 5/8. Now with this type of problem, it's way too much if we try and draw it out. So for the most part, you want to look at the least common denominator. What kind of number can we multiply both 5 and 8 by to become common? So you have to make sure that you go through, you can find fact families of 5 and 8, and once you find them, you can circle them. If not, then just just do the same process as always. It's called cross multiplication, where you take these two numbers and you multiply them together, and then you go across here. 8 times 6, which is going to give you 48, and 5 times 5, which is going to give you 25. And that's kind of what I set it up as, but for the most part, you want to make sure that you also know that the reason why these two have to be the same is because we're adding or subtracting by like units, and it doesn't happen if it's 6/5 and 5/8 if it remains that way. So I have to change them to common denominators. So I have 48/40 minus 25/40, and that's going to give me some sort of answer. And if you can answer it this way, that's fantastic. Like if you can take 48 and you can subtract 25 across, that's great. But mine is my way is a little bit different. I like stacking them because stacking to me makes a little bit more sense. I guess you would call me vertically aligned, because I can see that there's information here that I can easily subtract by. So I have my 48 minus 25, and then my 40ths are going to stay the same because we're only taking out the numerators. We're only taking out the information that we have that is known as like an independent variable. It kind of moves around, or if it kind of changes. But the thing that won't change is going to be our 40ths. So in this case, we're going to take 48/40 and subtract it by 25/40 to get 23/40. So now, it's very important. You cannot remember this number, so I'm going to make sure that it gets moved all the way out of here, because this is actually part of our answer. So in this case, 17 1/5 minus 2 5/8 is 14 23/40. Now, if you forget that part, then just remember that it will be wrong. Because if we take away 17 if we take 17 and subtract it by 2, we're not going to get 14. We're not going to get the correct answer because we've missed that part. So that is it for day 1. Remember that if you do have any questions or comments, mostly questions, make sure that you show up to Zoom meetings, make sure that you reach out to your teachers, make sure that you message them in some way to let them know, so that way we are informed about it, we can help you guys out. But that is it for today. Please make sure that you guys continue to wash your hands and stay safe, and I will see you tomorrow.